So we have to broadcast across like 1,000 different networks at once, right? That's the idea these days. So, cool, awesome, sweet. So aloha to everybody tuning into this or watching this in the future. I'll try not to make it too awkward for you guys by like talking to these guys and you guys at the same time. So, I mean, it's just like a portal that allows like people to tune in, right? It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So it's pretty awesome. So cool. Okay, so thank you again, everyone, for being here, for joining us. Of course, it is a full moon today, so that means that there's like a lot of like bonus energy for us to be able to like tap into. So I think it's really great that we've like allowed ourselves to show up here to be able to just deepen ourselves with this practice. And so with this guided meditation, I'm a really big fan of storytelling. So what we're going to do, we're going to go on like a bit of a journey. And before we go into this journey, what we're going to do, we're just going to focus on our breath, and then we're going to scan our body, and then we're going to bring ourselves into the environment of a forest. And then once we're in a forest, we're really going to focus on like bringing the awareness of our sensations to the forefront of our attention. So we'll be like kind of like paying attention to what the ground feels like, what the air feels like, and we'll even like connect with the moon. And then from there, obviously I don't want to spoil it for you, we'll go on a little bit of an adventure and everything like that. And then and the intention of this adventure is just kind of like open up our hearts to the magic that is all around us, and to just be able to bring ourselves into that space of gratitude and, you know, joy for the fact that we get to experience this thing called life. Crazy, right? So we lucked out, man. Sweet. Awesome. So thank you again for everybody watching this online. And with that said, I'm just gonna get a drink of water, and I'll invite you to start getting nice and comfortable. So even if you want to like, if you need to move back against a wall, please, by all means. Like if that's gonna be more comfortable for you, where you can just like really think less about like, oh God, my back, and more just like, yes, then please, by all means, get as comfortable as you can. For everybody watching this as well, get as comfortable as you can. One thing that I really encourage us to do is to really like find that place of stillness within our meditation, because the more that we're in that place of stillness, the more that we can like bring our attention inwards as well. Excuse me. I feel like I'm going to cough a few times throughout this meditation, so I'll just get that over with now. Cool. All right. So with that said, get yourself nice and comfortable. Start even just like rolling your shoulders, straightening up your spine. Awesome. And we'll just close our eyes. And as we close our eyes, let us begin this meditation simply by connecting with our breath. Gentle inhales through the nose. Gentle exhales through the nose of the mouth. Again, gentle inhale. And gentle exhale. With each breath, allowing ourselves to become more relaxed. If we feel that we need to straighten up our spine, even just imagine our spine just straightening up, even just by a couple millimeters. Allow our shoulders to relax, allowing ourselves to get nice and comfortable in that place of stillness. As we continue to breathe here, bringing our awareness to the breath, feeling the inhale meeting the exhale, feeling the exhale meeting the inhale, like the water rolling up upon the shore. In this moment, as we continue to breathe, we'll begin scanning our body, releasing any further tension as we move ourselves deeper into a place of stillness before we journey further through this meditation. So at this moment, gently bring awareness to your feet, to your toes, to your ankles, and even just gently imagine guiding with your focus a warm, or even cool white energy. And as you move it towards your toes, your feet, your ankles, just allow your toes, your feet, and your ankles to gently relax. Gently bringing our awareness up to our shins, our calves, our knees. And again, just moving that energy there through our visualization, just sending it some love, allowing our shins, our calves, and our knees to gently relax. Continuing to scan our body, moving our awareness up to our thighs, up to our hips, up to our buttocks. Again, just gently allowing our thighs, our hips, our bottom to gently relax. Bring our awareness up to our torso, our lower back, our ribs. Again, just visualizing this energy moving into those points in the body, and as it does, you just feel them just opening up, releasing any tension, allowing your torso, your lower back, your ribs to gently relax. Gently moving our awareness up to our chest, our shoulders, our back. And again, just allowing our chest, our shoulders, our back to gently relax. Moving our awareness to our arms, our elbows, our forearms, our hands. Feeling that energy moving through our body, releasing any sort of tension as we move into this place of stillness, relaxation, and attention. Allowing our arms, our elbows, our forearms, and our hands to gently relax. Bringing our awareness up towards our neck, the back of our neck, and our jaw. And again, just allowing our neck, back of our neck, and our jaw to gently relax. Bringing awareness to our tongue. You may notice the tongue sitting on the top of your mouth. If you want to keep it there, that's totally fine. Just allowing your tongue to gently relax. Bringing awareness to the rest of your face, your cheeks, your nose, your eyes, your eyebrows, your forehead, your ears. Gently allowing your cheeks, your nose, your eyes, your eyebrows, your foreheads, and your ears to gently relax. Bringing awareness to the top of our head. Feeling that energy moving into the top of our head. And just allowing the top of our head to gently relax. Now gently bring our awareness back to our breath. As we've scanned our body, we've allowed ourselves to calibrate it. We allow ourselves to be in this place of stillness, of relaxation, as we begin to turn our attention inwards towards the realms of imagination, towards intuitive listening, and gratitude. And so just connect with your breath here just for a few more moments. Just take an opportunity here to observe how your body might feel different from what it did even just a few moments ago. Now bring your awareness simply to your breath. Again, the gentle inhales, meeting the gentle exhales. Perfect. So from here, let us begin to go deeper. Gently, begin to imagine yourself arriving inside of a forest. The moon is already in the sky above the tree line, It is not completely dark, for the light from the moon illuminates the forest floor. In this moment, imagine yourself standing here in this forest, and this forest feels very magical, very refreshing, very nurturing. And begin to pay attention to the sensations within this space and bring as much detail to them as you can. Feeling the texture of the dirt underneath your bare feet. Can you feel the coolness of the earth between your toes? Can you feel the texture underneath and in between your toes? Invite yourself to bring as much detail to that simple sensation as possible. You may even surprise yourself at what you're capable of. Bring in your other sensations, even feeling the gentle, cool breeze on your skin, feeling it even just gently around your ankles and your legs, on your arms, gently on your neck, your face, your ears, the back of your ears. As you continue to breathe here, and as you breathe, imagine yourself breathing in the air of the forest. So as you breathe, you can begin to smell. You begin to smell what the leaves smell like, what the trees smell like, perhaps even bring into your imagination particular smells of trees, smelling perhaps the notable smell of pine, or even just the general smell of flora, of flowers. And gently within this point in your meditation, imagining yourself here inside of your body, slowly imagine yourself bringing your hands in front of your face and gently look at your hands and move your fingers with your imagination, again, with as much detail as possible. The intention here is to really bring yourself into this space, to allow yourself to be present within this level of your reality. So can you even feel what it feels like to touch your fingers together? Just imagining that, moving your digits, looking at your palms, looking at the back of your hands, opening and closing. Again, just becoming familiar with your body in this space. And so before we go any further, take another look up as you see the moon above you. Breathe into your heart. And as you look at the moon, I invite you to even begin to imagine the moon looking more than what it might look like on any average day. Perhaps you see a pulsating aura around it, gentle colors, almost like a soft rainbow. Just observe that as you feel the moonlight on your face, reminding yourselves that the moonlight is a reflection of the sunlight. And yet, unlike the sunlight, it has a cooling sensation to it. So just feel that cooling sensation of the moonlight on your face. Perfect. From here, gently just straighten up your spine, even just by a slight millimeter, and begin to imagine yourself walking through this forest, mindfully one step at a time. As you do, again, imagining the texture of the earth underneath your feet. Each step, cooling energy rising up the soles of your feet. And as you walk through this forest, even gently imagining yourself touching the leaves of the trees you walk past, maybe even gently touching the barks of trees, feeling the texture of leaves between your fingers. And as you walk through this forest, just observing the shadows of the trees being cast by the light of the moon, and just being in awe, feeling almost like a child again, in this sense of wonder, seeing the magic that is all around you. Allowing that wonder to fill your heart. And as you continue to walk through this forest, in the not too far ahead, you can see a sparkling. And as you move closer towards this, and you move past the trees and the leaves, you realize that this sparkling is the surface of a small little body of water. Just a small little quarry, a small little pond, reflecting the light of the moon. And slowly walk yourself towards this small little pond. And as you get close to it, you come to the point where the water of this pond meets the edge of the shore, a small little beach that welcomes you into this small pond. And before you step into the water, take a moment here to slowly feel the texture of the sand, of the dirt, feeling the slight shift, the slight change of texture from the normal forest floor to that of the sand near the edge of this small pond. And you see the water gently rolling back and forth, very gently. And you see the edge of where the water meets the shore. And allow yourself, when you are ready, to gently take that step where you come in contact with the water. Or perhaps as the water rolls out, you step forward and you gently feel that specific moment when the water rolls over the top of your feet as you dig your toes deep into the wet dirt and sand. Can you feel that? And as you do, again, just allow this to almost trigger a sensation of joy, a sensation that maybe just brings you back to a memory of childhood, of wonder, of bliss, of peace, of ease. Continue to walk further into the water. Excuse me. And as you do, the water slowly begins to get deeper to the point where it is now up at your shins and you feel the water rising on your shins, to the point where your fingers now gently enter into the water as the water moves up past your knees, all the way up to your hips. And now your hands are in the water. And again, in this moment, you can see the luminescent halo of the moon reflecting off the surface of the water. Incredibly beautiful. And so allow yourself to make this your own moments. Allow yourself to even just gently imagine yourself taking some water and gently placing it or splashing it on your face, running it through your hair. Even if you want to go in a little bit deeper when you are ready to do so. Bringing the water all the way up to your chest. And this pond continues to deepen as you walk forward into it. And as you do, eventually you're standing at the point where it is just at about your shoulders. And you just take a moment here to just see the reflections off the surface. to feel the temperature of the water on your body, to feel its cooling energy surrounding you. And now what we will do next, as we deepen ourselves into this journey, is we are going to move our entire body into this water. But since, of course, this is our imagination, things are much more flexible, things are much more magical, we do not need to worry about holding our breath when we enter underneath the surface. In fact, what we will do is willingly walk under the water to the point where it is above our head, and yet we are still breathing normally, as if we are above the surface. And so when you are ready to do so, gently take those steps as you enter into the water, all the way to the point where it passes the top of your nose, your eyebrows, your forehead, your head. And the slope of the pond continues to deepen, and you continue to walk along the bottom of it. And as you continue to walk along the bottom of it, you see the distance between yourself and the surface growing. And you look up and you see the moon shining down through the surface of the water, rippling its image through the ripples of the surface. You continue to walk deeper underneath this water, and as you do, perhaps even noticing some of the life that you never notice from above the surface. You see small fish, other water creatures gently moving around, some even playing with your hands, seeing some small fish even gently swimming through your fingertips. As you continue to walk deeper into this water, in this place of calmness, this place of just awe, eventually you see that ahead of you, the surface that you are walking on comes to an edge, much like the edge of a cliff. And now you are deeper under the water. It is meters below the surface. You can still look up and see the moon. And you walk to the edge of this underwater cliff, and you look down, and in the depths of this water, you see what appears to be only darkness. And yet you feel something calling you. You are not scared. In fact, you're excited. The gravity is different underneath the surface. And so when you are ready, in your own free will, allow yourself to take that leap off this edge of this underwater cliff and diving deeper underneath the surface of the water. And so feel that moment when your feet leave the stability of the ground and you feel yourself suspended in what feels like midair. It feels like you're floating. In a moment here, you almost forget that you are underwater completely. It feels more like a dream. And you begin to feel your body slowly falling further down, away from the surface and into this darkness. And yet this darkness is not just a dark, it is more of a deep, deep blue. And as you allow yourself to just let gravity gently guide you through this process, you take a moment here to just connect with your breath and just allow yourself to enjoy the sensation. There's no fear. You are simply allowing yourself to fall deeper And even imagining yourself closing your eyes within this imagination, within this meditation. And you just feel the sensation of the water moving around you. And as it does, taking away with it perhaps any latent fears, anything that you feel gently needs to be washed away during this full moon, things that are no longer serving you, things that have taught you many valuable lessons, and now you are ready to let go of them. So allow this to be very symbolic for you as you allow this water to serve you. Take a couple breaths here. Gentle inhales and gentle exhales. Again, almost imagining that this is like in a dream for you. As you continue to breathe, you imagine yourself opening your eyes again underneath the water, and deep, deep down below in the darkness, you see something illuminated, a glowing light, a vibrant gold yellow light. And as you continue to descend deep into the darkness, this light begins to get brighter as you begin to move closer towards it. As you continue to move further down and closer to this light, you begin to see this light taking form. And what you see is that of a golden tree deep down on the surface, on the very bottom of this pond. And in this moment, you allow yourself to gently float down, leveling yourself up so that your feet are at the bottom, your head's at the top, and you see this tree before you as you slowly allow your body to reach the very bottom of this pond as this golden, glowing tree stands before you. And in this moment, you allow yourself to just be in the awe of what you're seeing, breathing normally, still aware that you are underwater, feeling like a dream. This golden tree, its branches illuminated, an aura shines off of it. You feel yourself called to walk closer to this tree. And as you do, you look up at it, observing in awe and wonder. You feel the magic emanating off of it. And when you are ready, pay attention to the exact moments when you gently reach your hand out and you touch the trunk, the bark of this tree, and you feel it against the palms of your hands. And perhaps you even allow yourself to move closer to this tree, even putting your forehead against it, gently even giving it a hug. And as you do this, an incredible silence comes into your being. And within this silence, you hear a voice of the tree, the spirit of the tree, the wisdom of the tree. And this tree speaks to you, and it says to you, "My child, I have been waiting for you." And perhaps the voice that this tree speaks to you in, perhaps it is that of a woman, perhaps it is that of a man, perhaps It is a voice that you recognize, someone who you may know, or something that just feels familiar to you. You feel a sense of joy and awe roll over your heart as you hug this tree or simply making contact with it. The tree continues to speak to you more words than what I will communicate alone. And it tells you that it wants to share something with you, a gift, something to give to you here in this moment, on this full moon, something you can take with you. My child, sit. Rest your back against the strength of my trunk. Allow yourself to look in awe of my branches. Close your eyes and open your heart. And as you do this, you imagine yourself gently sitting at the base of this tree, again, reminding yourself that yes, this is still underwater. You can still feel the sensation of the water, no longer just even as water, but more like you're in an ocean of energy. And you imagine yourself coming into this place of calmness as you imagine yourself closing your eyes and you feel the strength and the love of the tree. And you feel the breath of the tree moving up its trunk as it aligns with your spine. And within your mind's eye, you can almost see the same golden light that shines from the trunks of the tree, from the branches of the tree, illuminating from your own body. Feeling that same golden light shining up from your spine, down your arms, down your branches, your fingers, your legs, your toes, up through the roots, up through the branches. The tree speaks to you more, and it says to you, before you go, I wish to take you on this small journey. I want you to imagine. I want you to imagine in this moment the smallest thing you can. And maybe this is a single cell within your body. Maybe it is a single atom. Maybe it is something smaller than either of those. And in this moment, what I ask of you is not to think, but merely observe with wonder. So take a moment here to imagine the smallest thing that you can. Whatever that may be, maybe it isn't even something you understand. Maybe it's more of a shape, a pattern, an energy. And do not try to understand it. Simply observe it. Be in awe of it. Take a breath here. Breathe in this moment. Gentle exhales. My child, the tree says to you, now I want you to imagine something bigger. I want you to imagine your own body. And in the same way you imagined what you previously imagined, I invite you to see your own body, not to think about it, but simply to be in the space of wonder. not to try to understand it, but simply to be in awe. And so you imagine, maybe not even just your body, but just a body, human body. Maybe even just imagining the bodies of other creatures, of birds, of fish, of dogs, of wolves, creatures that have existed here on this planet many, many years ago, ones that still exist in this time now. See the magic, see the majesty of what they are. Do not think about them. Simply be in that space of wonder and observe them. And as you do this, you feel your heart opening. You feel yourself being reminded of the majesty of the wonder that is all around us, all the time. And yet sometimes we forget. Sometimes our lives become so busy, and that's okay. Sometimes we try so hard to try to understand. We try so hard to figure things out. But my friend, my child, the tree speaks to you. You must understand that this life, that this body, it is not this, and it is not that. It is not a label that you try to put on it, or a box that you try to put it in. It simply is. And allow the truth of that word, the truth of that phrase to sink in. That this life is beyond labels, beyond boxes. This life simply is. And now imagine further. Imagine beyond the single body. Imagine a community. Imagine the community of the entire planet. The smallest particle inside of a body, the body inside of a community, the community inside of a planet. And see the entire planet. Perhaps even just as a single organism. A living creature, a living being. And just take a moment here to breathe in that wonder into your heart. Allowing yourself to imagine you're almost floating above the planet right now. And imagine if you were your child self and you saw this, what would you say? What would your thoughts be? What would your reaction be? Perhaps the words are more just expressions. Wow. So beautiful. Allow that wonder to fill your heart. The tree continues to speak to you. It has a couple more things to show you before we conclude this meditation. Imagine now, as it says, my child, beyond Earth. Imagine this Earth inside of a galaxy. And so you imagine even further back. And you see the shape of an entire galaxy. The Milky Way, a spiral, pulsating energy. And again, in the practice of this meditation, don't try to understand it. Don't try to define it. Don't try to put a label on it. Simply be in wonder of it. Be in awe. In awe of knowing that it is an intimate part of you. That the magic of the entire galaxy is the magic that is inside of you. It's the magic that is you. And now, imagine even further an entire universe. What does that look like? Flex your imagination. Try to imagine the scope of the entire universe. The majesty of that. And perhaps in the same way you try to observe the smallest possible thing, perhaps the scale of the entire universe looks very much the same. And at this point, I invite you, if you wish, at any point, to gently even put your hands on your chest and allow yourself to just connect with your heart in this moment, continuing to fill your heart with wonder and awe. Seeing the entire universe, seeing the galaxy, seeing the planet, seeing the bodies, seeing the smallest shape, not as separate, there's one thing. And now, the tree asks of you, it says, I want you to imagine what is bigger than the universe. What is outside of the universe? And now, of course, this may be something that, from the perspective of our minds, it may not even be comprehensible, yet at the same time, maybe it's simple. Maybe it's not even a shape. Maybe it's a feeling. Something that we can try to put a word on would be close to love. And so you see our bodies, the planet, the galaxy, the universe, the entire encompassing totality. What is it inside of? What is it a part of? Is it just inside of a bigger ocean? And what is that ocean? Perhaps it is just love. Perhaps it is not something you need to know, but rather something you simply need to feel. Something that you simply need to be in wonder of. You feel the calming voice of the tree speaking to you, thanking you for being here, for showing up at this point in your journey, in the collective journey. And it invites you to gently open your eyes within your imagination, so you're still underneath the trunk of the tree. And as you gently imagine yourself opening your eyes within your imagination, you see a single seed floating down, and the seed is glowing. It has been dropped from one of the branches above you. The tree tells you to gently put your hands out, and this seed gently falls into the palms of your hands. It is a glowing seed. The tree speaks to you and it says, this seed represents the seeds of wonder. This is what I want you to take with you. And so you hold this seed tightly within the palms of your hands, and you take this seed and you bring it to your chest. And I want you, the tree says, I want you to keep this seed inside of your heart. Carry it with you. Allow it to grow. Allow yourselves to nurture it. Every time that you allow yourselves to be in wonder, this seed will grow. And it will be something that you can share to help nurture the seed of wonder within the hearts of others, to allow them to return to that space of bliss, of gratitude, of awe, of all that is, all that they are a part of, and just being in that space of just deep love simply for being here and for being a part of it, for being able to see it and experience it and to create it. And so the seed now resides in your heart. It is a glowing seed. It shines from inside of your chest, symbolically. The tree explains to you that it is time for you to return to the surface. And so before you do, take a moment here to connect with the tree in a way that works for you. Gently giving it another hug, standing back up again. And again, as you do this, you observe the glowing light of the tree, yet also the glow that is now coming from your body. The same glow that was from the branches, you see it on your hands, on your arms, your body, your legs. The tree reminds you that you and it are not different. One and the same, just in different forms. You give this tree a deep, deep hug, and in this moment, speak to the tree, express it words of gratitude. In this moment, allow yourself to speak not just to the tree, but to the entire universe. Allow yourself to speak to the past. Allow yourself to speak to the future. This tree connects you to all of it. Allow yourself to speak to your own heart, the inner child, the ancient sage within you. And in this moment, as you speak to the tree has one more thing to say to you. What that is between you and your own intuitive heart. Listen and allow yourself to hear what message the tree has to say to you. It may be very simple. Just allow yourself to receive it. Connecting with your breath, breathing in this moment. The tree reminds you that you can return here at any time. This space is now a space within your imagination that you're familiar with. At any point, if you wish to, you can go right back to where you are now. But for the time being, the tree encourages you to rise back above the surface, refreshed and renewed. And so with one more hug to the tree, you gently say your farewell for now and you express your gratitude as you feel yourself gently floating back up to the surface, kicking your way back up to the surface. The light from the tree moves further away below your feet. And as you look up towards the surface, as you rise through this water, the tree, glowing tree below you, the glowing yellow of it, and the illuminated moon above you, You look up and you can see the light of the moon shining through the water, beams of light entering into the water. And you kick and you kick and you kick as you rise up, and the surface is approaching. And as you approach the surface of this water, symbolically allow yourself, when the moment comes, as you enter back above the surface, to move through as a new version of yourself. One inspired, more inspired. One cleansed, if you think of it that way. One with a deeper connection to your own heart, to the wonder that is inside of you, the seed that is inside of you, and the gift of that wonder that you have to share with this world, reminding you that the tree wants you to share this wonder with others, help them nurture the seed within their heart. And so as you prepare to break through the surface of this water, take a moment here to reflect. Who will you be as you break through? Who will you be as you rise back above the surface? You continue to kick, feeling the water and the energy moving all around you, rising up with confidence. 10, moving closer towards the surface. 9, feeling your heart expanding. 8, feeling the light shining through you. 7, feeling the wisdom of the tree deep within your heart. 6, feeling clarity entering into your body as you move into what's next for your chapter. 5, the inspiration beating within your heart. 4, the excitement to go out there and to see what joys the universe has to share with you. 3, the awe and wonder of the mystery still unfolding. 2, the silence and the love as you remember more of who you are and you become who you are here to be. 1, you break through the surface of the water as you feel the shift from the water to the cool air, the sun, the light, the sunlight from the moonlight shining down on you. You take a moment here to just float on your back, being aware of any energy sensations moving through your body, perhaps any tingling up the spine, feeling a sense of something inside of you, something that has been nurtured, something that has awakened, something that has been activated. You look at the moon and you see that golden rainbow aura shining around it, and you're reminded of the wisdom of this tree and the seed still within your heart. Take a few moments here to connect with your breath, enjoying the sensation of floating on the surface. Be in this place of stillness. Everything is unfolding exactly as it needs to. Keep showing up in all the ways that you do. Keep being the bridge for more magic and more wonder into this world. Help others see the magic that is within themselves. Walk each other home. At your own pace, gently finding your way back to the shore of this pond. Slowly walking up the shore as the water moves down past your shoulders, your hips, your knees, all the way down to your ankles. You are now out of the water. Allow yourself to even just kind of gently shake. Imagine yourself just kind of breathing in that fresh air. And so as we begin to conclude this meditation, we will do that. We will end by gently just breathing in deeply and letting out some nice, gentle exhale, audible sighs if you wish, totally optional. and gently beginning to bring movement into your body, beginning to wiggle your fingers and your toes, rolling your shoulders, feeling energized, like you just had like the best amazing cold shower experience, and you're feeling alive and energized and ready to take on the world. So together, let's do a few deep inhale exhales with a big audible sigh. So together, deep inhale, exhale, just on your own, no sigh. Just gentle exhale. Together, deep inhale, big sigh on the exhale. We'll do 2 more of those. Deep inhale. Nice and relaxed. 1 more inhale. Breathing normally. Gently bringing awareness back to your physical body. Slowly wiggling your fingers and your toes, taking 1 more look at the moon, thanking the moon, thanking yourself, thanking the tree, reminding yourself of all the adventures still ahead, the magic and the wisdom and the wonder within your heart, the seed you now carry with you. At your own pace, when you're ready, gently open your eyes, take your time, and return your awareness to the space around you. So allow yourself to move your body in any way. Gently bring some twist to your spine, flexing your fingers, straighten your spine up, rolling your shoulders. Awesome. Sweet. Well, I'll turn off the broadcasts and we can chill out, talk. Totally cool. Talk about how that was for you guys. Awesome. Thank you. Was that fun? Yeah. Cool. Sweet. Awesome. All right. So thank you to everyone who watched this. Thank you for you guys for putting up with me broadcasting this. And if you guys want to sit around and just chillax and chat for a bit, totally down to do that. So for everybody watching this, thanks again. Check out more at Paradigm Shift Central. Check out my Patreon and feel free to share this broadcast. Happy full moon. Go out there, spread that wonder, and have a beautiful rest of your moment, day, night, evening, and I'll see you in the future.